For today's project, I'm going to show you how to make a boutique bow. To make this bow, you're going to need ribbon, an alligator clip, some DNC floss. It can be any color. I choose to use white. A pencil. This is a hair clip that I purchased at Sally's Beauty Supply. You really can purchase them anywhere. A lighter to cure the edges of your ribbon, and some scissors and a hot glue gun. The bow that I have made is approximately 3.5 inches long. It's about the size of a clothespin. To do this, I cut my ribbon at 22 inches long, and it'll make this size of a bow. You can use any width of ribbon you choose. The wider the ribbon, the smaller the bow will turn out. After you have cut your ribbon to 22 inches long, you're going to fold it in half. And using a pencil or a pen, it doesn't matter, just mark the center of your ribbon. I'm going to show you how I make the bow using what's called the figure 8 technique. This is our center line. You're going to take your ribbon and center it on that line. You can choose the length that you're leaving extra here. It's absolutely personal preference. It really doesn't matter how long. You just want to make sure that it's not like this. If you leave it like this, it's not going to make a tight bow. You do want to leave a little bit hanging off. That's my first loop. I'm going to take my other piece of ribbon, going the opposite direction, and place it on top, leaving about the same amount of ribbon on both sides, and making sure that this is still my center point, and I have made a figure 8. After making your figure 8, take your ribbon and measure approximately the center of your loop, like I've done here, and bring it into the center. Same thing on both sides. And now you have what looks like a butterfly. Right here is when you're going to look at your bow and just make sure that it looks even all the way around. Once you've done that, I'm going to take my clip that I purchased from Sally's Beauty Supply, and I'm going to place it on the center of my ribbon, and this is just going to hold it in place while I tie it. I've cut off approximately 6 inches of my DMC floss. This is what I'm going to use to tie the bow together. You're going to start by threading your thread through the holes of your clip so that it looks like this. Now I'm going to take this side of the ribbon and I'm going to bring it up around this side. And this side of string I'm going to take and bring up this side of the clip. So now it looks like this. Next thing you're going to do is tie your string like you're going to tie it in a knot, but just loop it once. So it looks like this. And now you're going to pull it tight, and this is what's going to bunch up your bow. After you've done that, you're going to loop your string again to make a knot. You can also use dental floss to do this. You don't necessarily have to use DNC floss. It's just what I've chosen to use. Dental floss actually works really well. So now I have a knot, and I can take it off of my clip. And there's my bow. And again, you can just make sure that it looks even. Now I'm going to cure the ends of my ribbon, and I'm going to just cut off the edges at a diagonal. And I'm going to cure the edges of the ribbon with my lighter so that they don't fray. And you can cut the ends of your ribbon however you prefer. Just make sure that this is good and tight. And then you can cut the excess string off. To make the center of the bow, I've cut off a piece of ribbon that's 4 inches long. You can either tie this into a knot to get the look that I have here with a knot in the center of my bow, or you can just glue your piece of ribbon around the center like this. I'm going to do a knot. So I've taken my 4-inch piece and I'm going to tie the ribbon into a knot. Sometimes it's easier to do the knot before you cut your piece of ribbon off, but I've done it just to show you the size that I've cut it. So there's my knot. Now to attach this to the bow, I'm just going to put a small dot of glue in the center. And hold it there for a second until the glue dries. And then you're just going to wrap the ribbon around the bow, and I'm going to cut off the excess. And I'm also going to cure the ends so that the ribbon doesn't fray. And again, I'm going to put some glue back here to hold it in place. Do the same thing with the other side. And there you have a finished bow. Now that my bow is finished, I'm going to attach it to my decorated alligator clip. You can view my tutorial on this on our channel. All I'm going to do is put some glue on the top of the barrette. And just press down with my bow. And that's it. For tips on this project and other projects, please visit my blog at www.wordswithstyle.blogspot.com. Thank you.